Hey, this is Math Minutes Pro with Dr. Harrison. Today we will talk about how to simplify order of operations and solve area problems.
So first thing I want to do is I want to deal with exponents and square roots, okay? So I'm going to write that here, exponents and square root. So let's say we have a math expression, okay? Not an equation, but an expression. An expression is a math sentence without an equal sign. And let's say we have 2 to the third power and minus the square root of 25. So when we're dealing with now, this 2 is referred to as your base, and 3 is the exponent. So we have 2 to the third power. Of course, the expanded form of that is 2 times 2 times 2. I'm going to put that in parentheses, all right? And then I'm going to subtract square root of 25. We ask yourself what number multiplied by itself gives us 25, and that is 5. Now I want to just go over something. There are math terms in this expression, and terms are separated by addition and subtraction. Okay, so I'm just going to write these are terms, and in parentheses I'm just going to say are separated by addition or subtraction. That's important because when the next problem we're going to solve involves order of operations. So, but let's go ahead and finish this. So 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. So that gives us 8 minus 5, right, for a final answer, and that equals 3. I always like to check your work after solving it. Okay, notice we're solving the problem from top to bottom. We have 2 to the third power, so that's 2 times 2 times 2, minus the square root of 25 is 5. 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8. We bring down 8 minus 5, and that's 3. That's a check. Okay? So that's a great way to you want to keep your math organized, okay? So that you can check it. All right, so I'm demonstrating problem solving. Some of you may not know how to do this, but I'm also showing you how to show your work so you can look at it and check it before you move on to something else. All right, so let's move on to an order of operations problem. Order of operations. Okay. These are all mathematical operations, okay? So let me go ahead and get that expression up there, and we'll go ahead and simplify it. So we have, when we write this, that's called the quantity of 5 minus 2. Those parentheses, you read it as the quantity of 5 minus 2 times 7 minus 1. Now, first thing you want to do is you want to identify your terms, just like I demonstrated in the other problem. Terms are separated by addition and subtraction. So this is a term, and this is a term. Why does that matter? Because you apply Pemdas to each term. I'm not sure if your teacher made that clear when you were in middle school, but I'm making it clear now. You apply Pemdas to each term, not to the whole thing all at once. Okay? So let's apply Pemdas to this first term, shall we? So according to Pemdas, we do what's in parentheses first, right? So we're going to multiply subtract 5 minus 2, which gives us 3, bring down times 7, bring down the minus and 1. Once again, we have our terms. Again, for the sake of this problem, I'm just going to circle the terms again. You can circle the terms in each step. Now, you may get to a point to where you're pretty skilled at identifying the terms, and you don't have to circle the terms anymore, but I'm demonstrating that now, okay? So then our next step, right, is multiplication, because what are the operations we have? Multiplication and subtraction. According to Pemdas, multiplication comes first. So we multiply 3 times 7, which is 20. 1 minus 1. Bring down that minus 1. Last step, put that little caret there. And then we get 20, and that's our final answer. So what if you are finding the area of a parallelogram? Okay. In the parallelogram, I'm going to go ahead and label some stuff. So let's say the height. Now the height is always perpendicular to the base. That square means perpendicular. Let's say that height is 7 feet. Okay, and the base is 4 feet. And they ask you to find the area of this parallelogram. This is notation for the area of the parallelogram. Well, the formula again is base times height. Now, sometimes they'll try to trip you up, okay? They'll put another dimension over here and call that, and say that's 5 feet. Now, the base is 4 feet. So we substitute 4 for B, okay? But what's the height? It's not 5. The height is perpendicular to the base. Don't fall for that. That's another one I've seen students slip on, okay? So the height is 7. Sometimes you might even do this on the side. You'll say the base is 4 and the height equals 7, just to remind yourself. So we multiply 4 times 7. So the area of this parallelogram is 28. And don't forget your units of measurement, 28 feet square. Looking pretty good here. Okay. All right. So I want to do one more for area of a circle. Okay. Sometimes that's a little tricky, and we're going to need a calculator. If someone can have a calculator handy, I may ask you to help me out with that. So let's say we have circle, okay, and we have a radius, and that radius is 12 inches. All right, and they want us to find the area of that circle. Now, the formula for the area of a circle is equal to pi times r squared. Okay? I see some of you are taking notes. That's wonderful. I hope you continue to do that. So pi is always, we're going to use it as 3.14 for the sake of this type of problem. And we can also say what our radius is, which is 12 inches. Okay? So let's go ahead and substitute here. We have 3.14 times the radius, which is 12 squared. I've seen students leave off that 2, do all the math, and not get it right. And your quiz may even have that as an option. That's an erroneous answer. So don't forget to put that squared. So I'm going to bring down the 3.14, and then I'm going to, because this is order of operations, we have exponents and multiplication. According to Pemdas, exponents comes before multiplication. So you do the exponents first. 12 squared is 144. Now I need someone with a calculator. Can someone perform that calculation, 3.14 times 144? And then unmute yourself, tell me what number you get.
452.16.
Excellent. 452.16 inches squared. Don't forget. And there it is. That is the area. And the area, what that means is that means the amount of space that is bound within this circle. The amount of space within the circle. Okay? So don't confuse area with circumference. Circumference means the distance around the circle. Very good. All right. You're looking pretty good.
So thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to check out my Patreon page in my video description below. On my Patreon page, you can get access to exclusive math lessons, study tips, live Q&A, and more. See you next time.